Hi everyone. I just wanted to start off by saying how crazy it is that we're already submitting our final reflections for this course. I think it went by way faster than I could have imagined. 3 weeks seemed like a bit of time, but now as it's progressed, here we are just at the very end already. I just wanted to express how much I've learned in such a short amount of time. This summer, I'm taking this course as well as another, and I am taking one for the second summer session. But this is my first semester ever of summer school, and I wasn't too sure about how I was going to take the course load, but this class specifically, I think, was definitely manageable. However, I've definitely learned quite a great deal in such a short amount of time. I just wanted to touch on how this is such a great time to be taking this course. So, current issues in special education, what a perfect time this is with coronavirus happening and so many changes with e learning and all the distance learning that has been taking place. And I definitely, this past week, have been taking a look forward into potential learning for. The fall, which fingers crossed doesn't happen, but is most definitely a possibility. So I'm glad that we did touch upon that. I wanted to say how much appreciate that I've now started my own Twitter account for a professional use. So I do have one for my personal use, but now that I have one for professional use, I will definitely be sure to follow up on that. And I will use it as a platform to educate my students with, or even I could potentially put it on a resume as just a resource for them to also be able to contact me or see things that I'm posting, but that are definitely academic and school appropriate, which is great. I definitely enjoyed that we had to do research on our own district. So, up until coronavirus, I was working in a school district. That's my alma mater. And although I'm not a full time employee through them, substituting, I think I definitely learned a great deal of information about them. But I was definitely grateful that we were able to look into our own districts and dive into exactly what those districts have to offer. So specifically, when we looked at the procedural plans that they have for the emergency issues, if anything were to happen, if there's students with disabilities, how they're going to take action with that. I live in the Buffalo area. Specifically, I work for the Lancaster School District, and it was actually sad to find out how little of a plan they have for students with disabilities. But I definitely think it was an eye-opening experience. So I'm glad that I was able to look specifically at my district for types of things like that. Um, I also wanted to mention that I do plan on following up with my district. I did send an email to the superintendent, which I know it's not the best time to be doing that, but hopefully when things die down, I will be able to get into contact with somebody about implementing a different emergency plan or adding on to what we have already because we need to take care of our special education students. Also, the CARES Act, I thought that that was something beneficial to touch on. With the Lancaster District, I did send an email to the superintendent of business and finance, and she actually got back to me the very next morning, which I was super appreciative of. I didn't think just being a college, grad student that I would even get a reply in these times right now, but I got a response not even 24 hours later with some great information. So I thought that was very nice to be able to find out how quickly somebody would reply and how accessible information can be. I also learned how important it is to stay up to date on the newest information and how quickly things change. So at the start of coronavirus, I remember thinking that we would, come back in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and here we are still unsure about what's going to happen in the fall. So definitely keeping yourself educated as times go on. And I just wanted to express how this course was one of my favorites that I've taken thus far. As we all know, it was a very quick 3 weeks, but I definitely gained a lot of experience from it. I would say that going on into the future, I just know how many resources are really at my fingertips, how accessible information can truly be, and how that we definitely need to be advocates for our students with disabilities because somebody has to do it, and this is what we're going to school for. And this course definitely solidified that I do want to go into the special education field. Not that I was having any worries or any troubles about it, but learning all this information, I most definitely am excited to become an advocate very soon. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their summer, and I had a great 3 weeks with you. So thank you all so much.